Okay, I'm going to talk you through the Home tab, which is the first tab in the bottom left corner. From here, you can access a lot of information that will help you organize and plan your visit to Walt Disney World. So to start at the very top, you can see it says Hello Kirsty, and there's a Captain Hook icon there. If you select that, it gives you the option to select any character of your choice from your favorite Disney movie. You can take your time, scroll through, and select your favorite character. It's a big decision. I'm going to go ahead and select Mirabel for Kirsty, and you can see that it appears there. This will be your icon every time you log into the app, and it's just a fun little feature that's personalized for you. Now, underneath, you can see we have the options for Disney Genie Plus, and we have the options for Disney's Genie Service. Now, I'm not going to go into detail with those because we have separate videos that describe how to use them in great detail. I just wanted to highlight the fact that they are there from your Home tab for you to access as and when you need them. Now, underneath, you can see it says My Resort, August 10th to August 24th in Disney's All-Star Music Resort. From here, you may have the initial option to check in so that you can begin organizing things like your room requests or what time you plan on arriving to help get you prepared. When all of that is up and running, you can click My Resort, and this gives you all the information you could possibly need for your own resort stay. Now, this is all about Disney's All-Star Music Resort, so the options I have along the top, other than my reservation, I have what dining options are available there, guest services for anything that I could possibly need during my stay, recreation, what's available, shopping, spas, tours, entertainment, and any events. Of course, this will be dependent on your Disney stay if you are staying at a Disney resort. What it also does is it will give you your room number for closer to the time when you're arriving. And you also have really cool features like the option here to unlock the door using your phone rather than from your Magic Band or card key. You can unlock it right here. But also you can get directions. So if you are within the resort and you need directions to the pool or to guest services, you can find those by clicking on that too. A really useful feature. Again, that's available from the Home tab. So if you scroll down, it's right here under My Resort if you're staying at a Disney resort. Now, the next feature is particularly useful. I really want to highlight the importance of this for your stay because you can see you have Magic Kingdom, Epcot, Disney's Hollywood Studios, and Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park available. This clearly shows you the times they are open and the times they are closing. So for Magic Kingdom, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., Epcot, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., Hollywood Studios, 8:30 a.m. to 9 p.m., and Disney's Animal Kingdom theme park, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. These are really important because they do alter on a daily basis. So you'll need to check in for the times that you are staying and planning on visiting Walt Disney World so that you can see clearly what time the park opens and it closes for that particular day. Now, further information available if you hit all hours. You can see it not only shows you what time the park is open and closed until for regular park guests, but for resort guests, there's early entry available in Magic Kingdom Park for this day on Thursday, July 27th from 8:30 to 9 a.m. So you have an extra 30 minutes in the park. Now, if you go down and you look at Epcot, you can see that for regular guests, it's open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. If you are staying in a Disney resort, it's open 8:30 till 9, so you get that extra half an hour in the morning. However, what would be worth noting in this instance for Epcot is that it's a special ticketed event from 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. And again, that might affect your stay in the park, depending what time the park usually closes. So be aware of that. And if you do purchase a ticketed event, you can clearly see what times that's available for. And that's the same for Animal Kingdom theme park, if there's early entry availability, or Disney's Hollywood Studios. But you can go ahead and you can select the dates that you will be in the parks. So I could scroll across to a random date. I'm going to select Monday the 18th. And you can see here for Epcot, it's open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Early entry availability 8:30 to 9 a.m. But there's extended evening hours for guests of Disney Deluxe Resorts, 9 p.m. to 11 p.m. So if you are not a Deluxe Resort guest, you will be asked to leave the park at 9 p.m., whilst those Deluxe Resort guests get an extra 2 hours availability in the park. Now, there are certain ticketed events that start slightly earlier, so please be aware of that and just check in to see what time the park opens and closes for you, according if you are staying in a Disney resort or not, if you are a deluxe resort guest or not, because this will affect you. Again, it's really easily available just from the home tab. This is where it starts. If you scroll down, you can click on each park for the general open and closing times, all hours, for that additional information for the day you are going to be in those particular parks. Now, scrolling down even further, underneath that, you can see there's a new way to access the magic. Quite simply, if you want to set up a pass for that, rather than using the traditional method of using your magic band or using a card key, you can set it up to use your phone to access the parks from the entrance to each park. You can do that again right from this home page. You also have the option for virtual queues. So for things like Guardians of the Galaxy, you can select to join a virtual queue, again, depending on availability. But you could join the virtual queue for a select time. And rather than physically lining up in the queue waiting for the ride, it will give you a time slot and it will tell you what time you need to go to that particular ride. So you're joining the virtual queue, and that's an option for you, again, dependent on availability. You have Lightning Lane entry options here. Again, this is all to do with Disney Genie Plus service, which we will cover in another video, but the option is there. And anything below on this section from designing Disney parks, more than a pass, some of the annual pass holder information, really useful for you. Kirsty and I were both annual pass holders. If you want to find out more about what that entails and some of the perks that come with that, you can learn more about it. But all of this information underneath is just extra fun facts and information that you might find really useful and interesting to look through. You can look at Magic Band Plus. You will see those in many of the stores throughout the parks. You can see what those are, what they entail. Are they worth purchasing? You can make that decision for you and your party. You have the option to look for Disney after hours. So earlier we looked at Epcot and we saw there were after hours events. So you can look at those special ticketed events, and they are really good fun just from personal experience. Again, you will make that decision for yourself. You can learn more about it by clicking on Learn More for the special ticketed events available. And some of the highlights are there are lower wait times for the attractions. So if in your party you have people who do not enjoy that Florida heat in the middle of the day, or are not too keen on the really large crowds or queuing up for long periods of time, this might be worth doing, where you can enter the park later in the evening for the after hours events. There's lower wait times. There's snacks like popcorn, soft drinks available throughout the parks. We went during a Disney Villains event, and it was so much fun because the theme was all about the Disney villains. They were waving at us from the train station at the entrance of Magic Kingdom Park. We rode Space Mountain, where they switched the lights off completely, and you could just hear the villains cackling away, and it was really creepy and spooky, but a lot of fun. So these, they are an extra cost. Again, look at them, see if they are valuable to you and your party, weigh up the pros and cons, and decide if you would like to go. But from that home tab, That's all the information you would need available to you from there. And further down, you can look at leaving your photo memory on Cinderella Castle where it's projected along with other people's photos. So you can say that your photo was part of the celebrations in Walt Disney World. You can scroll down and look at more information for special events like the Food and Wine Festival. But this will change. So even from the time you looking at this, anything from below lightning lane options and virtual queue options, this is likely to change. They do update it. That's the wonderful thing with Disney. It's constantly evolving, constantly progressing, but this is just something for you to look at from that home tab so you can find things and learn more information about your trip, just so that you are well informed. When you go, you have all the information you need and you can begin planning like a pro for you and your party. Down the bottom, you can see you can create video memories, Cirque du Soleil tickets. This is where you can purchase them or find out more about them. Play Disney Parks Trivia Zone games while you are queuing. You can look at those and all of that fun stuff. So just have fun, go through it all. The more well informed you are, the better you can plan for you and your party, and the more seamless your trip will be, and you can get the most bang for your buck. So you can really enjoy exploring through this information here. It's all available simply from this home tab, right from selecting your own character all the way down through. You can personalize your trip to Walt Disney World. So have fun exploring that. And in some of the other videos, we'll go into far more detail about things like Disney Genie Plus service and Disney Genie service. Enjoy.